All right. Oh, that's working. All right. Good afternoon. I'm going to call our November 25th, 2026 meeting to order. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I am going to call Bill Osborne up to do our invocation pledge and four-way test.
I'd have been a little more alert and been better. No, I was trying to shut the computer down. Good afternoon. Please join me in prayer. Gracious God, source of all blessings and inspiration, we lift our hearts in gratitude. In this season of Thanksgiving, we remember with appreciation our national heritage of giving thanks, passed down from our pilgrim ancestors. As we gather, we ask your blessing not only upon our food and fellowship, but also upon the noble purposes that unite us. Grant us fresh vision for service and renew our dedication to making positive differences. Deepen our commitment to the opportunities before us and inspire us to serve with joyful and thankful hearts. We extend this prayer for all clubs around the world, that together we may foster goodwill and compassion. With sincere gratitude, we pray. Amen. Amen. And now please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now please the four-way test of things that Rotarians think, say, and do. Is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Thank you.
All right, we have no visiting Rotarians. Do we have any Rotarians with guests? I don't think so. Okay. And Wyatt, I forgot your son. Yes. Nice to have you. Sorry about that, Wyatt. All right, Dawn is going to come up and do birthdays, anniversaries, and we have a few announcements.
We have all of them today. Tara Williams has a birthday tomorrow, November the 26th. We have wedding anniversaries coming up in the next few days. Charles and Virgie Lindsay will celebrate theirs on Thanksgiving Day, the 27th. Jay and Martha Cook will celebrate their wedding anniversary on Sunday the 30th, and the following day, next Monday, Tom and Betty Perry will celebrate their wedding anniversaries. We have an abundant number of membership anniversaries in the next few days. We have Dan O'Brien will mark 2 years as a member of the club on Friday. On Saturday, Ralph Clark will mark 3 years as a member of the club. Pete Perry on Sunday will mark 4 years as a member of the club. Then all of these will be next Monday, December the 1st. Caroline Lowe will mark 5 years. Lee Carney Brown will mark 30 years. Joe Dove is not here today. Joe's going to roll over 45 years, but that's not really a good number because that doesn't count the years he was in the Canton Club. So he's a lot closer to 50 years. And then the member on the roll the longest in this group is our honorary member Eric Heron, whose time associated with our club will mark 48 years next Monday, December the 1st. So let's give all these people a round of applause. Okay, we have a couple of announcements. The most important one is we have a proposed new member. This is the proposed new member that we failed to read because of my error last week. And so we sent an email out to substitute for the first reading, and this will be the second reading. Kenneth P. Ken Kercheval has been proposed for membership in the Rotary Club of North Jackson by past president Greg Campbell and is sponsored for membership by past president Charles Johnson. Ken was a member of the the Rotary Club of Meridian prior to his move to the Jackson area to become the Scout Executive of the Andrew Jackson Council of the Boy Scouts of America early in 2023. Prior to his move to his current positions, dating back to 1991, Ken has served Scout councils in Jackson, Tennessee, Dayton, Ohio, and the Choctaw Area Council in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Ken attended high school in Germantown, Tennessee, and earned his bachelor's degree at Lambeth College in Jackson, Tennessee. He and his wife, Karen, have 3 adult children, and they live in Florence. He'll be loaned the classification Scouting Executive after his membership is approved by the board, and this is the second reading of this proposed new member. So now he'll be ripe for board action after being published in the Wheel and this reading for the second time. So the other announcements I needed to make quickly are we still have a sign-up sheet in the back of the room for the club's holiday party that will be held on Tuesday, December the 9th at Neelam Gowell's home. And Susie's got the menu lined up, so it's going to be nice. So we're looking forward to that. The other thing that's on the back table is the sign-up sheet for Salvation Army bell ringing, which will occur on Monday the 8th and Tuesday the 9th. So we still have openings there. We hope you'll take a minute out of your schedule on those days to ring the bell for the Salvation Army and help the less privileged members of our community during this holiday season.
I want to bring kids and grandkids.
Oh, and Susie's reminded me that it's certainly acceptable if you want to bring your grandchildren or your children.
It gets more money, I think.
Yeah. She thinks she gets more change when we do that. But yeah, that's great. If you want to do that, that'll be fine. We'll be dragging out some Rotary vests and aprons so we can for the bell ringers to wear while they're working. We'll be ringing in front of Corner Market, same place the last few years, Corner Market at Maywood Mart. So sign up if you can.
Okay, Greg Campbell is going to introduce our speaker.
Today we welcome Yolanda Clay-Moore with Visit Jackson, and we owe her a big favor because the office is closed this week and she's technically off today, but she agreed to come speak because Jackson has a lot going on right now with the new mayor and Visit Jackson and the downtown partners, and it's a good place to be, and there's a lot of activity coming up in the next few weeks, and so I wanted her to tell us about them. She's going to tell you a little bit about her since I don't have her bio, so welcome Yolanda Clay-Moore.
Thank you, Greg. I'm happy to join you this afternoon. As he said, my name is Yolanda Clay-Moore. I'm the Director of External Affairs, Partnerships and Alliances for Visit Jackson, and just happy to be among some fellow people that have a desire to see some positive things going on in our city and our state. I kind of like to give you a little education about Visit Jackson every time I speak. Most of us know that we are the tourism agency. We're the official destination leadership organization for the city of Jackson, charging us with marketing the city of Jackson. Most of our efforts over the years have gone outward, a 90-mile radius out, so you would have never seen a Visit Jackson commercial because of that factor. But in probably the last, I'd say maybe 7 or 8 years, maybe even longer than that, we saw a need for us to market inside out, because it does us no good to market the city and a person gets in a cab and they say, hey, what's to do in Jackson? And they say nothing. So we had to kind of pivot the way we do business, and that's been seen across the country as well, not just Visit Jackson. I always like to make sure that everybody knows our website, visitjackson.com. So I'm going to give you a high list of the things that are going on, but this is not everything. So just wanted to give a note of that as well. Additionally, Visit Jackson has 3 brands. Visit Jackson is our corporate brand, doing business of Visit Jackson, obviously. And then we have the City with Soul. That is our destination brand. That's the brand that we market outside in. And then we have a brand called My City Jackson, Mississippi. And that brand is our internal brand that we market internally, and we have functions under that brand like 601 Jackson Day. We have a youth ambassador program where we adopt the 3rd graders in Closet Elementary. We go in on a monthly, quarterly basis based upon the schedule and availability of speakers and teach them about our city, teach them about the things that they should be proud of, the things that they can take pride in, and carry those things home and share it with their families. So those are kind of efforts that we have internally. Also, I recently started a project called the Jackson Narrative Project, where I have joined hands with some other communication professionals in the city that have a vested interest in a positive story being told about Jackson. And we're taking that charge on to improve the narrative that Jackson has. So that's a little rundown. Me personally, I am a mother, a wife, a grandmother. I've been with Visit Jackson since 2011, off and on. I took a break and went out to the airport for 2.5 years. So I've been with Visit Jackson for a little over 10 years. I'm a member of the Mississippi Mass Choir. I'm the marketing director for the choir. So that's just a little bit about me. And we'll get on to the business at hand. Okay, we'll start with some high things. November 25th through January 4th, if you like me, you like to make sure that your grands and kids know what's going on in the city. They do have the Journey to the North Pole, which is at the Mississippi Children's Museum out LaFleur East. And November 25th, let's talk turkey. This is that time of the season that's going on, as well as Jazz Night at Hal and Mal's. And Jazz Night at Hal and Mal's is something that's ongoing every Tuesday night. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, you have the Welty Wednesdays, where you can go into your Dora Welty house free of charge every Wednesday until the end of this year. That may go away next year, but I'm sure that's funded through a grant. So those are some of the things going on currently. Also, November 26th, we have the New Bourbon Street Jazz Band at Hal and Mal's. Hal and Mal's has a lot of activity. You can pretty much find some activity going on there just about every day of the week. And of course, on November 27th, that's the Loggers and Joggers. They meet at Fertile Ground Beer Company in Belhaven, and that's something that's ongoing as well. That's not something that's a one-time thing. They do that ongoing as well. We also have Wyatt Waters. He's signing a calendar at Lemuria Books on November 29th. And you know him to be a painter and a watercolorist. So he'll be doing a signing. And also on the 29th, you have Robert St. John signing. That's also at Lemuria Books. If you're not familiar with him, he's a chef, a restaurateur, author, and most of his businesses have been in Hattiesburg, but in recent years, he's a chef at Highball Lane. So if you wonder why the food is so good at Highball Lanes at a bowling alley, there you have it. We also have the Jenny Walker Schultz signing, if you're a Mississippi State fan. So that's Mississippi State from A to Z. That's also at Lemuria. If you've never been to Lemuria, I charge you to just walk in there. It has such great character. It has so many books from authors from Mississippi. And it's a really great place, and John Evans is even greater. But he has sections for different types of books, obviously, looks like any library, but it just has a lot of character, so I really like going to Lemuria. And ironically, I'm responsible for international media. So whenever I have international media, journalists, travel writers coming in, that's one of the stops they want to make, going over to Lemuria Books, because they've heard about it. So that's okay. You want to get a picture of that? And then on November 30th, we have the MMA Holiday Market at the Mississippi Museum of Art, which is in downtown. And on November the 30th, Maya Cowles will be at Soleil Cafe in Fondren. If you're not familiar with Maya, Maya is a drummer, and she has kind of made a name for herself in that right. She's traveled the world with some artists, and just has a really great personality. I love Maya. And Soleil Cafe, they do these live events on Sundays. Typically every Sunday he has live music at Soleil Cafe. So if you're looking for some live music on a Sunday, then check out Soleil Cafe's website to see if they have any music for that day. And on December the 1st, we have Blue Monday, and that's at Hal & Mal's downtown. And that is every Monday night. So if you've never been to Blue Monday, then I encourage you to give it a try. That is sponsored by the Central Mississippi Blues Society, and they have what they call a front porch, which is usually a single artist with maybe a harmonica or a good acoustic guitar that's first set. And then they move into the house band stage, where they have a house band that plays music, and they have signature artists that sing along with them. But it's also an opportunity for young people who are trying to get into the blues market. It's a platform for them to sign up and sing or play. I once had a journalist from Germany, and I took him to Blue Monday, and he was a guitarist, and he found out that I could sing. He said, "I'll play if you can sing." I was like, "Okay, if you can play, I can sing." But it was fun. It's a fun night. But that's the kind of thing that happens at Blue Monday, every Monday night at Hal & Mal's. And you just never know who's going to show up. Sometimes Bobby Rush is there, Eddie Cotton, and the list goes on and on. But that's a stage for blues enthusiasts to come out. And, Hal & Mal's, they serve food. So it's a great space. So if you're looking for something to do on a Monday night, then Blue Monday is your stop. All right, on December the 6th, we have the SWAT Championship that's going to be held right here in Jackson, Mississippi. The city was sold. Jackson State University versus Prairie View University at Mississippi Veterans Memorial Stadium, as we've affectionately known as the VET. So that's going to be a great competition, a great opportunity for more business here in the city of Jackson. Anytime we have a game, it brings in thousands upon thousands. I think Saturday, it was 44,000 I heard. I don't know if that's the official number, but 44,000 people here in our city that are taking advantage of business, retail. When you think about, when we give an estimated economic impact, we're thinking about holistically, what does this event do? It includes transportation, venue rental, AV services, printing services, and of course your retail, your hotels, your restaurants. So, games like this are really important to our city, and we're certainly glad. First of all, we're glad that Jackson State won, and now they're going to host the SWAT Championship. So it's going to bring in more opportunity for business here in the city of Jackson. And also on the 6th will be the Christmas parade. So it's going to be a full weekend. I have some other things I'm going to share with you that's going to happen that same weekend. But it's going to be chock full of events. Of course, the City of Jackson's Christmas parade. It usually starts about 5 o'clock. I'm not sure if that's the time. I haven't seen the time. But you can always check our website at visitjackson.com to get more details about anything that I've shared with you today. So we're looking forward to that. That's a fun time for the kids and, adults alike who enjoy the Christmas spirit. So what's happening in the city with Soul? The Mississippi Museum of Art recently confirmed they purchased the Frank Lloyd Wright design property. And they acquired the Fountainhead, which is his iconic Usonian home in Jackson's Fondren neighborhood, opening to the public soon. So if you've never seen it on the inside, then very, very soon we'll have that opportunity. I've actually had more international journalists that have come in and say, hey, I heard you had a Frank Lloyd property, and they asked me to drive them by there, but during that time we did not have the opportunity to go inside. So now that's a great offering that we'll have for visitors and residents alike to see, a famed Frank Lloyd Wright property. So we're really happy about that, ecstatic about that. Also, recently, the Jackson Planetarium was renamed the McNair Davis Planetarium. And of course, you've known it as a Russell Davis Planetarium in the past. But it was recently named after the astronaut and filmmaker Dr. Ronald E. McNair. So it will now carry the name McNair Davis Planetarium. On December the 2nd, we will be we'll have a press conference about Thalia Mara. If you did not know, recently the City of Jackson City Council voted for Visit Jackson alongside the Jackson Convention Complex to manage and operate Thalia Mara. So we will be handling the marketing arm of that property and a little sales as well, because we do have sales within our framework. And the Jackson Convention Complex, who does this on a daily basis, will be doing the operations of Thalia Mara. So we're making a press conference. We'll have a press conference. I keep saying making a press. We're not going to make it. This is going to happen, okay? We're going to have a press conference on the 2nd to make some announcements about some updates and some exciting things. I'm not going to spill the tea on that, but if you are available, December the 2nd at 10 a.m., we'll be at Thalia Mara to make that, to have that press conference. All right, and now these are the things that have a Christmas theme in the City with Soul. We have the Journey to the North Pole, and that's ongoing through January the 4th. Of course, that's at the Children's Museum. And the museum is transformed into a magical winter village. You can ride a 45-foot snowflake slide, skate the Puffin Pails play rink, explore the Polar Palace, and cozy up by Eudora Welty's fireplace. And also special Santa photo days are available. Admission is $13 per person, and children under the age of 1 get in free. On December the 5th, we have Capital City Lights. Capital City Lights is a Visit Jackson led project where we gathered the business and the private sector just to come together and let's celebrate Christmas here in the city. And so we have the holiday marketplace that will feature local favorites like Howlin' Mouse, Manship, Red Square, and C and West. You can experience live entertainment on the Smith Park stage. And this year it is moved. The central part is in Smith Park, unlike other years. You can meet Soul Santa in the festive gazebo and discover busker-style performances, including typewriter poets, caricature artists, and live musicians throughout the park. Admission is free. That's also where we join hands with Mississippi Department of Archives and History, and we do, with their Christmas by Candlelight tour. That's one of my favorite events during the holidays. Just had to be able to take the grandkids into the governor's mansion, and it's so beautifully decorated, and it holds so much history as well. So it's an educational opportunity as well as, very, very aesthetically pleasing. So you can tour Jackson's historic sites adorned in holiday splendor, explore the Mississippi State Capitol, governor's mansion, 2 Mississippi museums with model trains, and Old Capitol Museum. You can also enjoy live music, Santa photos, crafts, treats, and there will be free shuttles between sites. And these are, thanks to all of our partners that help us produce Capital City Lights. Another event is the Belhaven Singing Christmas Tree, December 5th through the 6th at Belhaven Bowls Stadium. And that happens at 7:30. This is the nation's oldest singing Christmas tree tradition, celebrating its 93rd year. I think that's worth a hand clap, I mean, that's right here in our city, right? Over 100 singers they form a 35-foot illuminated tree with synchronized lights, dance majors as illuminated angels, and a soloist performing "Oh Holy Night" from the star. Arrive early with blankets. Maybe, I don't know about this Mississippi weather. It may or may not. You may or may not need a blanket. And of course, December 6th through the 7th, you have the Nutcracker. That's by the Mississippi Metropolitan Ballet. And they are going to be at Jackson Academy. That's Saturday at 3 and 7, on Sunday at 2 p.m. So that's the Nutcracker, another favorite during the Christmas holiday. Then we have Homestead for the holidays. That's December the 11th through the 12th at the Ag Museum. You can step back into the 1800s for an old-fashioned Christmas. Enjoy breakfast or supper, story time with Mrs. Claus, Santa photos, historic demonstrations, carousel and train rides, live music, and Victorian era celebrations at the Fortenberry Parkman Farmstead. That